actually know what's going on here.
I literally have no idea. Help.
We're 20 whatever. Hi.
Hey.
Hello. And welcome back to 20 Whatever. Are you ladies excited for this juicy episode we have planned? I'm so excited. This honestly was like the kind of stuff I was looking forward to most with doing the group chat.
Me too.
Because like we did a couple episodes with viewer stories that we got like from Instagram. I think we did a Google form for one of them.
Yeah.
But to just have them like text us their crazy stuff, I'm like, this is the good stuff.
Yeah. And honestly, some people sent like screenshot, like some people sent receipts. And I was like, damn, you guys are putting these people on blast. Like, but it's so much easier than like, okay, I need to go to a Google form or I need to go, you know what I mean? Like you literally can go in your text, like in your phone and just be like 20 whatever. Let me give you all the tea. And that's what y'all did. You gave us the tea.
And
so
we want you to keep doing it. Because we want to keep doing episodes like this.
Yes.
And also just sprinkling in group chat submissions episode to episode. So if you want to text us about literally anything, please do. 917-810-3045.
without further ado, let's get into the juicy deets. Let's get into it, lady.
Who wants to go first?
Honestly, when you were skimming these, you did let out a little squeal on one of them. So I think you need to do the one that you squealed on.
Which one did I squeal
I don't know.
on?
I mean, there was a few that you were like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, this is the one.
And please read the titles.
Okay. Yeah, Riayn picked these and she titled them. This one's called Alexa, Play Pound Town.
Also, I hope all of your guys' Alexas at home heard that.
So this is from our viewer named Jamie. She says, hi, Jamie here. So this happened like 2 years ago when I was first married. Me and my husband had an Alexa set up in our kitchen, and sometimes he would put a message in his phone and Alexa would play out loud on the speaker. Do you guys do that with your Alexa?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that like all the time. So I can like see this happening, which is why I'm like, ooh, this one's a little too close to home.
Right.
One time, he sent a message to me while I was in the kitchen cleaning, and he was in the bedroom. It was something along the lines of, hey, can you come in here so I can pound you?
I love the confidence.
I do love that, though.
So, of course, Alexa plays it for me to hear. Well, my husband set up our Alexa on his family account. So this message he sent on ours also popped up on my brother-in-law's TV, word for word.
Oh.
So here it is. Can you please come in here so I can pound you? That's what everybody heard.
She said I was mortified. Luckily, his family is chill, and we just laugh about it now. That's a good family to marry into if they're like,
Yeah, they're like, haha.
haha.
Yeah.
But how did they also like bring that up? Like, did she find out from like her like brother-in-law being like, so like,
did you get
Thanksgiving-
pounded?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
LOL.
So I got the notification for Pound Town. Did
Right.
we did it did we meet up? I don't know. Just something that is just like finding that information. You just want to crawl into a hole and pretend you've never.
Especially like your in-laws. It's not even like it's your, you know what I mean?
Thank God they were chill.
It's like all you want to do is just like edit, undo, like just go back, just
literally
like,
Command
go back,
Z,
Command Z. Like
Yeah.
that didn't happen. It's just that feeling of like, oh my God.
It's literally like it's one of those, and you like can't.
that was bad. I would be upset.
Mortified. Mortified.
I have a friend who, and I think that's why this story like made me go like that, because something like this happened to my friend. I was with my friend at rehearsal. This was like 10 years ago, and I still remember it so clearly. She looks at her phone and she goes, and I was like, what happened? She's like, oh my God. And then she's like, oh my God. And she goes, my mother-in-law just texted, because this was like one of the older girls in the cast who was like 25, married, kids. She goes, my mother-in-law just sent me a text that was meant for my father-in-law. It wasn't a picture. Thank God. But in real time, she had gotten a sexy text from her mother-in-law to her father-in-law, and then immediately followed by, oh my God, I am so sorry. Like, that was not meant for you. I am so embarrassed. Like, can you imagine sending that to your son's wife?
Fuck. You're like, I just have to excuse myself for the next family functions for the next 2 months.
Yeah,
like,
I don't want to. Don't look at me.
Just don't look
I
at
don't
me.
want to be in your presence because I am so ashamed.
Honey, I love you, but this is divorce.
Yeah.
I will never see your family again. I can't do it.
I can't. We literally cannot have relations anymore.
No.
Oh my God, that'd be too much. I
Oh
mean, that
my
has to be like
God.
my biggest fear is like accidentally sending something to the wrong person. I mean,
And I've done that before, but never sex stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
right.
me either.
I've sent like the wrong text to someone, never anything high stakes.
I fumbled
I
the
have.
bag one time. I sent a screenshot to the person that I was trying to send a screenshot, and I was like,
Yep. Yeah.
so I always am like, make sure this is sending to the correct person. If I'm being crazy like that,
Yeah.
sending a screenshot, and I was like, oh my God, please help me. And like, I don't even know how I got out of that one, but like, how do you explain to the person that you just screenshot this?
Listen.
Like, God, embarrassing.
That's really bad, but you can find a way to get out of that. I never sent nothing sexy on accident. Everything was intentional. That. You know how like sometimes your phone, if you're open on a text and you just like set it down, like it will just like record. You know what? Like
Yeah,
when
the
it
voice
just,
memo.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was reading text messages from a friend, and I was with another friend talking shit about that friend, and it recorded and sent the whole thing.
What did you do?
Nothing.
They've never seen each other again. I'm just kidding.
No.
Oh, I was just joking, but you.
No.
How I don't mean to like ask.
No.
But was this like middle school, high school?
Oh no,
like,
no, no.
a long
I
time
was
ago?
like, it was probably like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think the
or
iPhone
so.
changed something because back then, about 5 years ago, I used to accidentally send voice memos all
All
the
the time.
time.
Yeah.
And I do remember, I sent a lot of like just accidental voice memos of nothing, but I do remember one time I accidentally sent one in a group chat with me, Steven, and 2 of his friends. And like Steven and I were like making out. And like the phone, like I don't think it heard anything.
Oh my God.
But it was that moment of like his phone was in his pocket and then he picked it up and it was like voice memo. And we were like,
Oh my God, did that like? Oh my God! You know, yeah.
but I literally don't think you could hear anything.
Right.
But
'Cause it
like
was,
just
like,
the
in the
fact that it was
pocket,
happening
but,
at
yeah.
that moment.
Right.
Oh my God.
Dude,
I was
no,
like,
a
oops.
voice memo, and I didn't say anything because there was nothing. I couldn't backpedal. I was talking mad shit. Like I was like, and blah, 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 I was going off, and like there was I was like, oh my God, should I? And then I was like, what?
What am I gonna
Say I
say?
didn't mean to.
Right.
Obviously, I didn't mean to send that to you, but like I obviously said what I said, and I said it, and you heard me say it. Like it's not. I can't get out of this.
We have your voice recorded.
Yeah. So I was
Yeah.
like, I don't even need to say anything. Like I felt bad, but then I was like, that I feel like just saying sorry is gonna make it worse, and I'll just let her handle this. And then she was like, peace, and I was like, I get it.
Fair.
Man, that's
Right.
brutal.
Yeah. Close the phone. Lock the phone.
Lock the phone.
Lock the phone.
Don't put it in your
Literally
pocket
put
unlocked.
it away. Do something if you're gonna talk your shit.
And you know what that just made me think of? Realize like I'm glad that this was like not an option for me like as a child. Like
Yeah.
I was so silly to ask you like in middle school because we didn't even have voice memo in middle school. But imagine, I think back like if Paloma, young P, had access to like the internet and the
man.
cell phone that I do now like in middle school. Ooh, it would have been not good. I think so. Thank God. And also
God.
like the receipts. You know, like kids nowadays they
Yes.
have photos of
Receipts.
themselves.
The word I did have something like that happen to me in middle school where I accidentally sent the wrong text because
Yeah.
remember it wasn't like a conversation. Every time you sent a text, you had to like click the person's name in your contacts.
Right.
And I sent a text to my friend, what I thought was sending to my friend, along the lines of, "Oh yeah, I didn't get invited to Rebecca's birthday party, so I guess I won't see you on Saturday." And
Right.
in my brain, I'm like, I'm just casually typing the name
Right.
Rebecca.
Rebecca. To
And so
Rebecca.
then I click Rebecca's name, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't like realize that would hurt your feelings." I'm like, "Oh my God.
Yeah.
Rebecca knows I'm butthurt that I'm not going to her birthday party."
I know.
No!
I know. The
God,
social
I
suicide
know.
on that. Like you're like, oh my God. I could just bye.
There's just there's nothing like, oh my God, this is like kind of on the same vein, but I was watching this girl on TikTok. She's like a voice teacher or whatever, and she was like showing us a self-tape that she had sent off to like casting, and she was like, it was good, she's singing, and she's like, wait till the end, and in the end she's like making all these weird noises like ugh, like after she's singing, because she's just like she's done filming, and she's like picking her nose and like being so gross, but she didn't like cut the end of the video, and she sent that whole video to casting.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and it was like for like a big, huge, it was like something really big that she was like super proud of or something, and she was like so gross at the end of it. And she was like, I can't believe I said that!
Oh,
Because she just like didn't cut, like forgot to cut it or whatever.
dang.
I know. Do you want to go next?
Okay. All right. The next one we have here is 2 guys, 1 girl. All right. This sounds spicy. Hi, my name is Paige, and I'm a big fan of y'all. Oh boy, this is going to be a juicy episode. LOL. You telling me, Paige. So when I was in college, I was talking to 2 guys at the same time. Scandalous. One day, I was texting them both constantly back and forth, and I was getting ready to meet guy 1 that night for a first date while I was still texting guy 2 about meeting the following day. Oh boy, it might be what we're literally talking about. Well, I accidentally texted guy 2, see you soon, when I meant to send it to guy number 1. I ended up having to make an elaborate lie telling him that I meant to send it to my friend who was hosting a party that night, which was true, but I wasn't planning on attending because of the first date. Paige.
Right.
I even committed to the bit so hard that I went to the party after the first date with the guy number 1 and sent guy 2 a Snapchat to prove I was there. I am not proud.
Paige.
Honestly, okay, she started with, okay, I'm talking to 2 guys, scandalous. I say smart. Yeah. So, smart on you.
I mean, if you're not exclusive,
Dating her,
Yeah.
date around. See, especially, she hadn't even gone on the first date.
No.
Yeah.
But how iconic.
But I love that she committed so hard. She's like, I'm gonna go to the party and I'm gonna send him a picture.
And I didn't lie.
Yeah.
I did go.
So he wouldn't know that
Yeah.
she lied. Like,
I
she
know.
committed to, like, she could have just said that and, like, not, but she was like, gotta get a selfie. She shows up. She's like,
Yeah.
hey, guys.
Anyway,
Click.
so-
All right. So good to see you.
Bye.
Anyways,
Yeah.
bye, y'all.
That's an iconic recovery from that.
That is so
text.
iconic.
Yeah.
We were just saying, like, what do? You just, like,
That's what you do.
Crawl in a hole. No, Paige is like, I'm going to go out there and get an
handle it.
alibi.
Yep. yeah, you can't frame me.
An alibi.
Cannot frame me. That's a good.
Because
so
how
good.
could he even think that it was real? He was like,
No.
oh, T, that was literally just to a friend and she went to the party.
And also, they hadn't even, like, gone out yet.
It checked
So
out.
it's like,
It was too good.
yeah. It was too good.
I remember a couple times, like early times in dating, maybe you're talking to like one person, but you're friends with someone else, but it's kind of flirty, or you're like talking to 2 people, whatever. Nothing's exclusive. And then you get to that like kind of awkward intersection where like one flirtationship is kind of developing into something real.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how do you say to that person, not necessarily like, oh, we should be exclusive, but also like, so I have been dating other people, but I am okay with stopping if you are. But that
Right.
doesn't necessarily mean we're dating.
If you're not trying to, like, date them, if you're just trying to, like, see, then there's really nothing to say.
To say, like,
Right.
you're not exclusive.
Because you're not
Yeah.
trying to make it exclusive.
Unless
Unless
it's
you
that
are.
person- yeah,
Unless you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Then I guess that's what you say. To be like, I'm just this is my go-to. I mean, this is like, I didn't
Not your
invent.
go-to.
I didn't invent this. You guys know. She's been single for a long time. She been out here in the streets. Okay. This is not, I didn't invent this. This is like, everybody uses this. But it's like, I've been having a lot of fun with you. Like, I've been having a lot of fun, like, hanging out with you and spending time with you and, like, getting to know you.
Yeah.
A little, a little one of these. Because then it's like, oh, yeah, I've been having a lot of fun, too. And it's like, and honestly, I haven't been having this much fun with other people I've been going out with.
Right. And then that kind of lets them know that, like, I have
I'm
been seeing
seeing
other
other
people,
people.
but I like you the best.
Mhm.
Because I was thinking, I was like, is there a scenario in which she could tell the first guy, oh, yeah, sorry, that's for someone else I've been talking to, without killing that opportunity? Because if someone said
Right.
that to me, that honestly would kill it. Even though, even
sure.
if I didn't care if they were dating
Yeah.
other people.
It's just like, yeah.
It's just knowing that you're talking to other people and also you just hit
Well, and
hit 'em with
mixing
the,
us
see you
up.
soon.
It's the mixing
Yeah.
it up. Yeah, because
Because
I
then it
feel
just
like
seems like there's a lot of us,
Yeah.
maybe, and you're like, you don't even know who's who.
like I think back to when Steven and I first started like dating, talking. It was very casual. We were like, this is not gonna be anything. Well, it's funny that
It was hilarious now.
It's a great I really committed to the bit
You
here.
did.
I remember like in a way trying to like let him know like I'm kind of talking to other people. It's okay if you do too. And we were
Right.
both kind of on the same page. But if you go too far and you send the text, that's too much of crossing those lines.
I agree.
Because
Yeah.
you mixed them, and
Yeah.
and now we're aware. I just don't want to know about that.
And it's not
Yeah.
the fact that she needed to like hide it. It's just she did need to recover, and she sure recovered.
And she recovered for sure. Yeah, smooth. You a smooth operator, Paige. Okay, I have one here. This one's called Booty and Teeth. You may be wondering what those two have in common.
Sure am.
You're about to find out. Okay. Ooh, buckle up. I'd prefer to be anonymous, though. You got it.
It's gonna be a good one.
I struggle with reoccurring colorectal issue, and I have an amazing surgeon who is super supportive and always there when I need her. I had been having some pain and went in to see her, but exactly like when you take your car to the mechanic, everything was fine at my visit. We discussed that in the future, if and when I feel like an onset is happening, I should try and take a picture and then text it to the patient care line. Some time passes and I think I'm having a flare-up. I take a super fun, and then in parentheses, read sarcasm, picture of my anus and text it to my surgeon's patient care line.
Oh, no. Yep.
You probably already know where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
I had her saved in my info in the contacts as Dr. Smith, not realizing I had saved my dentist's contact line as the same thing. They both had same very common last name, and I just really never thought about it. So yeah, I sent my dentist a very graphic picture of my asshole. No one responded to the text, thank God. But my next appointment at my dental hygienist insinuated that they all got a kick out of it and had rightfully assumed that it was not meant for them. I have since switched the contacts to be Dr. Smith Teeth and Dr. Smith Booty. That's a mistake that won't happen again.
Oh my God.
I would straight up have to switch dentistry location.
Dude, literally, I don't know.
And the fact that it's not like it was like a nude, it was like a picture of her butthole.
And you know what?
For science
for
purposes.
science,
I know.
to be
medical.
diagnosed.
Sorry.
No, I know. And she wrote, and this is how you know it was like detailed, because she wrote a very detailed graphic photo of her anus.
It was up in there.
It's
I know.
high def.
I look.
Oh yeah, the cheeks were spread.
It was giving front
For sure.
camera.
Yeah. It's like
camera.
the legs up, and
There's
she's
a
like trying
ring,
to take
There's
it.
a ring light on there.
Yeah,
to
oh,
get
yeah.
all- to make sure we got all.
We got it all, so we could see it all.
Oh my God.
Booty
Bro.
and teeth.
That is like a fail of epic proportions.
Yeah.
Like spreading your cheeks to like take a picture of your anus to begin with, and then going to the wrong person. Like there's just no.
I will say, when I was recovering from my C-section, my doctor had said, take a picture of your incision in 2 weeks and upload it to the patient portal. And if it looks good, then you don't have to come back in again. And if it's looking questionable, I'm going to have you come back in so I can see it in person.
Right.
Which in theory sounds great. Keep out an extra trip to the doctor.
Right.
The C-section incision is below your bikini line.
Oh. So we're literally uploading a vagine picture.
Yeah. So I just, especially given my field and my career of being like a public person,
Yeah.
I was
Right.
like, I don't even know if I should have that picture in the cloud.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just opted for the appointment. But had I not been a public figure, I'm always worried about like stuff in the cloud, always.
Right.
Like, I totally would have, and I totally could have accidentally sent that to it.
Right.
And again, just even like having to take that photo, sending it to your laptop to upload to the portal, you're like, all right, well, I'm about to upload my booty hole or vagine for like whoever decides to open this, because who's to say it's your doctor? It's probably like a nurse or someone.
It's
random.
probably,
They're like, all right, let's see Sierra's.
the patient portal.
You
Like,
know? Like,
And then like they delete it, sure, but like the metadata is still there.
Yeah.
Can someone find it?
in theory, yes, right? Like, I'm sure you can find a majority of things, but like, I don't know.
It just makes me think about that one scene in Friends where like Phoebe's obviously like a masseuse and stuff like that, and she like gave one of the friends like they were nude and under the table, and they're like, oh yeah, and you're doing pretty good there. Oh, you're not supposed to look. Well, there's not really police for that. Like, you don't really know who's,
Right.
like these photos, there's not really police to be seen who's like making sure we deleted that Sierra picture that we received. Like,
Right. I
don't
mean,
know.
Just tea. Yeah, I don't know.
So people in that field, maybe comment below if you know.
Yeah.
Do you have just look at it and you're like, all right, she needs an appointment. Delete.
Right. Or like, is there a Sierra like butthole
Archive.
file? Like, are we like
To compare.
I don't know.
It's not my butthole.
Because you had to upload a picture of your incision. She didn't, but what if we could have had?
Like, but is there a file? Like, maybe you send many, and they're like, we'll just keep all of the photos so that we can track
and
it?
the records, especially for like, if we're talking about in Anonymous's case, they maybe want to track like the development of her colorectal issue.
Right.
Here's what it looks like in 2017,
So
and
there's
here's
a
it now.
Anus over the years.
It's like when your phone puts together little like stock slideshows and it like fades in and out.
and the little faint music that
No, that they just provide for you, and it's just
it's like always like some like chipper.
butthole. Remember this one in 2015? Butthole. Well, booty and teeth, everybody.
Oh my god.
Great title. That was a good one. That was funny, Anonymous. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
We appreciate the vulnerability, truly.
Yeah. Oh my god.
All right, Miss Sierra.
Am I up next?
Yes.
Okay, next from our viewer, Stella. She said, I sent my dad a link to a fake ID website that I meant to send to my friend.
Nothing like ratting yourself out.
Literally
like,
telling on
directly to the
yourself.
source.
Send it to your dad and then follow up with like, this is the site that kids are using these days. Can you even
Isn't
believe
this
it?
scary? Imagine. That actually would be like probably what I would have
That's the
done.
best way to go. about it.
Yeah.
That's 1,000% what I would have done. I just wanted to get a fake ID so I could vote.
That's so
I
funny.
really care about the democratic process.
Right.
And not alcohol.
Boo, alcohol.
I still support Dare.
Yeah.
Dude, if I'm to
Dare.
young, remember then they really would come to school and be like, no to drugs, no to alcohol.
Yeah.
Like they really were having me chant and like sign and away
Oh,
my
yeah.
life, but
Oh,
I would
yeah.
never do that.
Which is like really weird. Like, yes, I feel it. Yes. Drug abuse for sure. Bad. But like
making the kids make a pact
to
you
not
know?
drink, y'all.
I know.
And
it's
the studies have come out too that Dare completely backfired.
no way.
Yeah,
What?
it actually made kids, I think, more likely to engage in that. It was too inaccurate in a lot of senses, right? If
Oh.
they make you feel like every single drug is going to make you die, and then you find out that, like, a lot of them won't.
Right.
Then you're like, wow, now I don't believe
You
any
don't
of
believe-
this.
yeah, it just scraps
Right.
the whole idea.
Or, like, at your school, all the stoners wore Dare shirts. It
Oh
was
yeah,
like-
I was literally gonna say that. I was
Yeah.
like that was the best thing about it is that we were all wearing Dare shirts, and then like all the stoner kids are like, "I'm high right now,"
Yeah.
but like Dare,
Haha, Dare.
yeah. What an era.
I was just gonna say fucking kids.
Okay.
Did you guys ever have a fake ID? Are we allowed to, like, talk about I think we can.
Oh yeah, we can. We're grown.
It's like the cops show up at
Yeah,
my house.
yeah.
Like, woo, woo, woo.
I didn't get a fake ID, but my a little bit older friend did. She like went to this like company thing, and I remember they sent it back like in a book. Like it was pretty like like
Oh,
I
to not be
to
like
hide.
sus,
to
right?
hide it. Yeah, like they weren't just like and I remember just like literally flipping through her flipping through the pages, and she was like, oh my god, and it totally worked, and that's what bought us
Wow.
booze for like 2 years. For sure. And I didn't need to because she
'Cause she had
had
it.
one.
Right.
And so
And you're not trying to get into like clubs and stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
We were not using it to get into places.
No.
Like here's the thing. I'm too much of a good idiot to even try. Like I was like, oh no, we're just gonna go to like the local mini mart to go get like a little a Sky vodka bottle or something.
Right,
like
and
that.
drink like in a basement.
Quite literally.
What's so crazy is that like we weren't even doing anything. Like, let's think about it. And what I'm like, I want to do something on my Friday night. And I'm like, I'm not even going anywhere, but I'm going to go get this like cheap ass vodka and sit in my friend's like basement or like living room and just like
giggle.
and laugh.
Just get lit. Yeah.
And that's it.
yeah. I know.
And I was like, wild night out.
I know. That actually reminds me briefly. I had a friend who had like a hookah set, so it's like we weren't smoking,
hookah.
we weren't drinking, we were just doing like the little hookah. And it's just flavored, right?
Yeah.
And I remember we would go into his garage like all the time. You know, it was so cool to have like the little coal and stuff like that, and the flavors and packing and like
Oh,
all that
yeah.
stuff. And I remember we were like, oh, this is the Dino Lounge. I don't even know how we got there, but it was like, oh, on Friday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we take pictures of a smoke. Oh,
I remember because I dabbled in hookah as well in those days. I
Yes.
actually had a hookah. My
I
parents
know.
found
I
it.
you
remember
told
you
us.
telling us that
Yes.
story. Yes.
Crazy. Well, I'll tell that story after. But I remember we had so many. Like we thought it was so cool to take pictures, like blowing the smoke rings.
Oh,
Of
absolutely.
course.
I feel like hookah had a chokehold on like I don't know if it was like 2 or 3 years that like we were in high school.
And it was before any of the pens and e-cigarettes.
Yes.
I think that was kind of
we
like
didn't have that.
Yeah, no. Oh, no. But I think that was the catalyst because what I will say is my senior year, I remember someone did have a hookah pen.
Oh.
And it was like so sus how they got it. I don't even know. I didn't ask questions. I was like, just get me one.
Yeah.
Because that, again, that was before pens and it looked so
Yeah.
chill.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed in myself that I did this, but here we go. We went to like the opera or something. I don't even know, but we were in a theater, a beautiful theater, watching beautiful
Not at the opera.
opera. Yeah. I pulled out my little hookah pen and the bottom like lit up, as pens do. Red, by the way. I smoke it. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to blow the smoke out of my mouth. Like, why did I just do like so stupid.
Her
Just
mind.
so dumb. And I was like, like blowing it in my shirt and then like trying to ridiculous. Anyways.
Did you get caught?
No.
Wow.
No, I know. It didn't even do anything.
You're
it wasn't
like-
even like I was like trying to get high. Like it was
No,
just like
it's
just to smoke.
hookah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just the addiction. Just
But
the,
that's where I am glad that like I don't know, like the pens and e-cigarettes weren't really a thing then because my rebelling and wanting to try smoking was all hookah. Yeah. And so it was like, that is, you know, it's still not great for your lungs, but it's not addictive as much as a lot of the other stuff. Yeah. And so I it was very much like a phase that I was very easily able to like move out of.
Yeah.
Right? But had I become addicted to something through just wanting to try something and having a phase, I could still be, you know, doing that right now.
I also feel like hookah was way more of like a social thing.
Because
you had to like set it up and sit around. Like it's like it wasn't just like, oh, let's go do this thing like chill vibe. Like it's not really that chill.
No,
it's a production.
Yeah. It was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then you know, like had to heat up the coals.
Like
and,
it's
like,
a
it
whole
was like a whole
thing.
experience.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why when my parents found my hookah setup, which I used to hide in the backyard.
Right.
Don't know. Well, I guess that's better than having it in my room because then I can be like, how'd that get here?
Right.
So they found the hookah stuff and they like confronted me about it. They thought it was something way worse because of like
it was like crack or
they
something.
thought it was like heroin.
Yeah.
Because of like the like kind of goo and the tar.
Right.
Yeah.
And they I think I got off the hook easy because they were just so shocked and surprised and glad
that it wasn't
something hard.
Yeah. Right.
They were like, what is this?
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember I used to lie a lot about the things I did, as I'm sure we all did to our parents. Something in that moment compelled me to just be like, just tell them, just take the punishment, be honest.
Good
and
for
I
you.
said like, yeah, that's mine. Me and my friends smoke hookah sometimes. And they were like, oh, we thought it was something else.
Oh, thank God. It's just hookah,
Yeah.
honey. Oh, God.
Right.
But fake ID. So did you have a fake ID?
Oh yeah. No, I didn't. I only have one fake ID story though. I didn't have one because I don't know. I just was able to get it. It was just like around. I just like never felt like I needed to.
Yeah.
But one year for Pride, I had like just turned 21 and I had my actual ID, like my driver's license. Then I had like my passport, like card. And I don't know why I always carried both. Delusional, stupid. But I always had both. And my friend that was with me was not 21. And I was like, well, I have my passport card. Like, you just take this and go get in the back of the line. I'll go up here. And like, we don't even know. Like, who cares? There's so much happening. There's so many people. It's Pride. Like, everybody's got like face makeup on. Like, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Walked right in. This person wasn't black. So we'll just say that. We don't
I was going to say, do you guys look alike?
Not even for a second.
So they didn't even look. They didn't even.
They were like just so casually, just like getting. And I was like, period.
They still let her in.
Gosh.
But and there's sometimes when people are just like, whatever. Like I don't have time to like actually deal with this. And again, it was Pride. Like it was busy and there was so much going on. And I'm sure like the bouncers or whatever were just like,
Oh boy.
yeah, it was cracked. I don't even know how we were able to get away with that one, but we did. Did you have a fake ID?
I never did. I wouldn't have even known where to get one. Like
Really?
I don't know. I wouldn't have even. I guess like had it the opportunity arose, I'm sure I would have been like, I'll take one.
Yeah, yeah.
But Steven has a really funny fake ID story that he always tells it. He tells it way better than me. It's so funny. But he and his friends wanted to get fake IDs, so they found a website. And supposedly the website was going to ship, they entered all their information. The website was going to ship them a teddy bear with the IDs inside of it. And they'd have to cut open the teddy bear
So
to
innovative.
take out the IDs.
Right.
Teddy bear never came. They paid a couple $100. What do? You can't go to the police and be like,
Right.
excuse me, officer, I've been scammed.
Yeah.
I tried to buy a fake ID.
Yeah.
What do
Right.
you do? That's the best scam, honestly.
And you
You're
only,
so right.
and that might be a scam that they were running because I knew of like people that like were like, oh, I got it from this place. They'd tell someone else and then they'd get an empty book. That same person sent that link, I remember, to someone. They were like, they sent me a book literally and
With nothing.
With nothing. They sent me a book and what can you say? They were like, oh, it didn't get in there or something. Like just something,
Yeah,
but
there's nothing.
we couldn't go and claim it. So
Right. And if someone's buying a fake ID, you can assume they're underage. So they probably aren't as experienced. They're maybe not good at spotting scams. They're
Right.
not going to go tell their parents.
No.
That's an A+ scam.
trying to say
Honestly,
I'm doing something illegal, like
I
that
know.
girl, like our viewer, a poor viewer texting her dad the link.
I know. I wonder what like that conversation was, if like anything happened.
I know.
Yeah.
That's all the message said. I'm like,
I know. Follow up.
Follow
If
up.
this is you, follow up. Tell
Yeah.
us how that conversation ended.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okie dokie.
Also, while you're looking, just for you guys, you would put your credit card information on the internet to order it?
Yep.
Yep.
Because the kids are done.
The kids were like, my social? Absolutely. 444. You're like, girl, stop that.
My full legal name?
Yeah.
Got it.
Well,
my address.
And my address to send
Oh
it
my
to
gosh.
me.
Yeah.
Cracked.
All right. Hannah, first name is okay, but please keep less confidential. Okay. Hi, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
This is a good one. I had a thing with this guy, sort of friends with benefits, but not completely. I was telling my friends about it, and they asked to see a picture of him. I had just received a Snapchat from him. How convenient. Well, you'd think. I opened it while my friends were looking at my phone over my shoulder, and it was a dick pic. Lesson learned, never open a picture from a guy while friends are looking over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, they sure got to see him.
Yeah, they did.
Were they impressed?
They were like, oh yeah, girl, he's a 10.
Yeah. I've done something like that where I opened a Snapchat. Like, I was around my family and I opened a Snapchat and it was a just full on dick. And I was like, whoop! And I closed it.
Have we all experienced like an accidental?
Yes, because
No.
boys just be
well, that's good. That's
You've
good.
never experienced opening and it's just like a dick pic?
Yeah.
Ever?
No, not by surprise.
That is-
I typically know what's coming in.
Yeah.
I'm dead. And she's like, I check the mail.
Mine happened to me because it was unfortunately his accident. He accidentally sent it to a lot of us. Like, I felt so bad. Like, I actually, like, let me tell you, like, it was one of my close friends. And I remember opening it up and being like, this is inappropriate. Like, what the fuck? Like, he wouldn't send me this.
Right.
And then I was with my friend and she also got it. And she was like, what the okay, there's something.
Yeah.
And then he literally messaged all of us and was like, this was for my girlfriend. Obviously, I'm so sorry to all of my closest friends. So all of us just saw his pain. And that's pretty funny. But I was like, so like,
oh my God. And then you were like, why would you send that to me?
I know.
Right.
But
So you got an apology.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt so bad for him. It was not his fault. He did not mean to send them out.
I wish.
And I know him, like, as a person, so it wasn't like, that was an accident. Like, it truly was.
He was
that,
never
I was
seen
literally
him
going to say,
doing
that's
that.
what happened to me.
He was embarrassed to the core.
That's what happened to me. I got the dick pic and I was like, oh my God. So I opened it and closed it. And you know, Snapchat, like, it's gone. And this was before replay. So this was like, once it's gone, it's gone. So it left and I was like, I didn't say anything. I just like, whatever. And then I got a message. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, oh no, like, it's fine. Nobody saw, like, whatever, it's fine. And then I got, but did you like that though? Like, did you like it though?
That's what I was.
And I was like,
no.
so that wasn't an accident.
yeah.
You were sending your dick to everybody.
If you follow
and
it
whoever,
up with that,
yeah.
not an accident.
Because I opened it and for him to be like, oh my God, so sorry. And I was like, oh my God, no worries. Like, nobody even saw. Like, it didn't even.
Yep.
Totally fine.
clicked right
Internet
off.
flashing. Honestly, dick or not, please don't send unsolicited photos of yourself to anyone on the internet or real life.
You're
That's just
so
not
right.
cool.
Internet flashing.
Yeah.
Because that's what the flashers used to do. Go out
Yeah.
in the trench coat.
Hercules, you want to buy a sundial?
Yes. It's literally that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then to follow it up with like, but did you like it though?
And you're like, all right, this wasn't an accident.
Okay,
All right.
goodbye.
He
I'm just the
probably-
one that like responded back because I'm sure that was not the only one.
No.
Like he sent it and then was like, I'm gonna wait for one of them to be like, oh yeah, such a hot dick. Like what? Also,
Yeah. Or like, or actually, when friends have accidentally posted to stories, I have accidentally
oh
seen
my God,
two separate
Yeah.
stories where I was like, that
that was an accident.
And on one of them, I was like, was this supposed to be there? And they were like, no.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
delete.
I've done that before where I've just been like drunk and like dumb and I never posted like my body on there on like my story, but definitely something that I would not have posted if I was sober.
Right.
And then I see it and I'm like, well, this was here for 6 hours. Awesome.
Right.
And everybody saw it.
Do you guys still use Snapchat?
No, just for memories. I literally just go to check the highlights.
I still have mine for that same reason where I'm like, I will delete you at some point, but I haven't touched it since high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I've used it since like early college.
Yeah.
But I in my brain, like Snapchat's like old news. It's died out because it came out when we were like freshmen, I think. But my little brother and his friends all still use Snapchat.
My brother texts through that. I've literally asked him, I'm like, do you still use Snapchat? And he's like, yeah, that's how I like message my friends. And I was like, why don't you text him? He's like, that's weird. The kids don't want the receipts. And I'm like, all right, period.
Maybe that's the tea. Maybe that's
And like
it.
all your parents are checking your messages. Are they checking your Snapchat conversations? Like
Probably
every single
not.
one? No.
Well, they might not know how to use Snapchat.
Exactly.
Right.
They
Right.
open it up. It's their face. They're like, oh my God, out of here.
Right.
Yeah, well, I guess you're so right. If I'm thinking back to like me in middle school, if my parents had been like reading my texts and I knew they were, and I'm like trying to hide it, and there was something like Snapchat,
100%.
that would have been all I used.
Yep.
My dad used to work in tech, and so he I grew up with him testing Bluetooth for phones when it came out. So I knew how phones worked intimately. And so I never had any of these experiences because I was like, no, I know exactly how this works.
And you know that he knows it works.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't touching any of that. Gmail chat was where it was at, and I was leaving it there.
I know. I was always so worried that my parents had the ability to, like, read my text, so I was just like, I'm not going to, because what if one day they can go to, like, Sprint or something and, like, they print out all the messages? Because I've seen that happen with one of my friends, so I was like, you won't catch me ever sending a text that my parents can't read.
That was always a constant fear of mine, of, like, even if I delete the text, like,
can you still get it?
Can they get it?
Yeah.
Before the cloud even existed, I was like, there's a way.
It's
stored at Sprint or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Me and my boyfriend in high school, it wasn't because he just got his phone taken away and we couldn't text or whatever. We had a shared Google Doc that we would, like, type to each other on. I can't have I told you guys
Actually,
this?
I think you have.
I may have. But yeah, we would just text on the Google Doc because we were like, no one's going to check the Google Doc.
No, right. It's so genius.
Yeah.
The crevices of the internet you can find now.
Well, I mean, yeah. And that was innovative then.
Yeah.
Because it's got the, like, live editing.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
You can see when they made the edits.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Drop some pictures in there.
That's tea. That's tea. I was stressed about the text, too. Because I was always just talking about shit I shouldn't have been talking about. So I was just stressed all the time. But I remember, like, when we could start getting, like, apps on the iPhone, like messaging apps, like Kik, AIM, all that kind of stuff that we could, like, use. I was like, okay, well, they're gonna, like, my parents are probably gonna think that this is, like, some, like, random app for, like, something. And so that's where I would, like, mostly have a lot of my conversations that I was, like, stressed about, because I was like, they don't, whatever. They're gonna try to read my text. They're gonna go to my text messages. They're not gonna open every app on my phone,
Right,
and look for something, like,
Right. So for you sneaky kids out there,
I know. Yeah, I'm like, Kik doesn't even exist.
Don't go telling this to Grace now.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh no.
Well. Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
I think it's me.
Yeah.
So this one's called Val Jean. And if you're a theater kid, hopefully you know the reference. Or if you read the book in high school. We had to read Les Mis in high school. Oh, really? Did you guys have to read it?
No, but I did, and I didn't like it that much.
I didn't read it. I was like, I know it.
Careful, Sierra, it's right there.
And that's the exact copy that I read.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Most of the books up here we just grabbed from my, like, bookshelf and
And
stuff.
let me tell you, Les Mis is huge.
Oh yeah. Oh no, yeah. It's a big, huge. It's a long book. I was like, I'm not reading this. I know this.
Yeah.
You want me to perform the whole musical right now?
Yeah,
she'll read this book.
She's like, what number? What act? Where?
Literally. So, anyways, hey, 20 whatever, Mia here, and I recently got hired at a restaurant on a beach. About a week and a half after being hired, I received the following text from my hiring manager. Sorry to report that I've parted ways with said restaurant due to shady illegal business practices. You better get out while you can. Find a place with better management styles. I ended up reaching out and talking with the real manager of the place I worked at. Turns out the hiring guy who contacted me was fired because he was sneaking his wife on the schedule to work shifts and, in all caps, steal the desserts to sell at her own bakery, claiming that they were her own.
What? You telling me she was taking the Cheesecake Factory cheesecakes and selling them as
Yes.
her own?
Yes.
This is Becca's Fabulous Cheesecake.
Yes, and it's straight up Cheesecake Factory. Yeah. She goes on to say, literally what? Such small town drama, but I loved it. So these apparent shady business practices was not the company. It was the company not allowing him to steal food. Overall, a good laugh. Love you all.
That is
That's funny.
Wait, also, I want to ask about, like, sneaking his wife onto the schedule to...
So I guess she worked there, but just giving her, like, hella shifts.
So she could go steal
so
the
that
cake.
she could have
Steal the
time to
desserts.
steal the
Right,
cakes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean she was selling, like, day-old desserts at her bakery?
How do you
Right.
even do that, though?
Yeah.
fresh the
And,
next
like,
day.
enough to sell at your own bakery?
That means you weren't just, like, taking a cupcake. You were, like,
You had to be taking...
smuggling.
Or maybe
Yeah.
she was baking, like, extra, and then taking the extras. Maybe that's what it was. Because if it's already made and you're, like, taking it out of the cases, like, how are we doing this?
No,
I
agree.
love that you called it Jean Valjean. That's so funny.
Stealing baked goods.
Yes.
Wow.
For
That
my
was good.
sister's child.
Exactly. But for her bakery.
For my sister's bakery.
That was a good one.
I know.
That's,
I was like,
funny tea. So random, but funny.
so random. And that's why she's like small town drama. I'm like, it's so funny because that would be like the plot of like a Hallmark movie.
Right.
I'm like stealing the to bake goods for my own bakery to like something, and then for like the husband to like be sneaking her shifts. But also, that's your man. I was gonna say he was helping you thrive with your business. He was
Giving
supportive.
Bonnie and Clyde. I like it.
Yeah, literally.
Am I up next?
Yes.
Okay, so this one is also about baked goods.
Love that.
So this is from our viewer Julia. She says, "Hi, my name is Julia, and you can totally use my name." Got it, Julia. I'm 19 and I own a bakery. Good for you. That's cool.
19.
Therefore, I am communicating with a lot of customers. I once was using Siri's voice to text to send my friend a playful "What's up, bitch?" Turns out Siri had a vengeance this day and sent it to an 80-year-old woman who had ordered a cake for her husband's funeral that day.
Oh.
I'm not going to lie to you and say I found a clever way out of it. It just resulted in me profusely apologizing and wiping the fee of the cake. Never have trusted Siri again. Love the podcast.
This 80-year-old woman is like, oh, the cake for Billy's funeral. What? What's up, bitch? How fucking rude. Yeah, I would feel bad.
I think it was the circumstance that like
for the
especially
funeral.
didn't, like she was already down.
I know. You just kicked her while she was down,
I know,
Julia.
Dang, but
I mean, maybe,
that's
I
funny.
guess that was Siri.
Yeah.
Siri kicked her while she was down.
Siri
down.
is a B
Dude,
word.
I
I
don't-
fight with her all the time for
And
B.
Alexa too.
Oh, her.
Whatever. They just talk and do whatever they want whenever they want.
Yeah. And then the one time you actually want to ask them to do something, they won't do it.
The other day, you were trying to get Siri or Alexa to turn off your
White noise.
your white noise machine. She was screaming at it.
I was like, oh, I literally had to step up out of the bed and I got it in front of her and I was like, Alexa. Okay, cool, nothing.
And
Like,
she stood and she was like, I was gonna have to manually do it, which is gonna mess it all up. So awesome. But she was just like not. She was like, Alexa, turn it off, turn it off.
she was just like,
She's like,
sleeping still, girl. Can't hear you.
anyway,
Like,
yeah.
I had to turn Siri off on my phone when I started working for Sierra. I didn't use it that much, but I'd be like in the house and I'd be like, Sierra, and my phone would be like, what would you blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I can't do this every 5 minutes.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It does. My name will trigger Siri. Also, prayers to anyone whose name is Alexa.
Oh, I know.
Girl.
It's ruined.
Do you think that name's going to die out now? Or are people still
right
naming their
now.
kids Alexa?
It will probably die out for as long as like Alexa's like popular, like the actual Alexa itself.
Right. Because-
And I don't see it going away. I mean, it's like that's Amazon. Like, where's Amazon going?
Yeah.
I know.
And people run their whole houses with Amazon or with Alexa.
Yeah. It's funny. We, with Grace, we're always trying to model polite communication. So we'll be like, Alexa, can you please play Taylor Swift?
Mm-hmm.
My little brother was over. He's like, God, you guys are so nice to your Alexa. I yell at her.
Right.
And I was like, well, we don't want Grace to like think she can talk to people like that. And he was like, or that like, I don't know, maybe that she shouldn't talk to AI in a rude way. I was like, I had never really thought about that, but I guess with the development of AI,
Oh, absolutely.
That's true.
maybe we got to start being a little nicer to these robots. But for me, it was just like, we want to
No, I mean, that's smart.
polite communication.
That's smart. And I also want to say so sorry. Again, I have to say it because we've said this woman's name so many times. Sorry if you have Alexas all over your house and your shit's just going off.
I know. When
apologies.
I'm on FaceTime with her, sometimes she'll tell her Alexa something, and it will trigger both of
All-
ours going.
and they're all going.
and then both
Sorry,
of us
we
are like,
don't have. And I'm like, Alexa, stop. And
Alexa
then yours
cancel.
is like, stop.
Alexa, cancel.
I censor the word Alexa in all of my vlogs because I used to get comments all the time saying it would trigger theirs.
I'm
So
sorry.
I use this like monster distorting voice, so I'll be like, I'm gonna cook a Alexa. Set a timer for 15 minutes and then go back to vlogging.
That is
Genius.
funny.
Genius. That's a good one.
And it works. People say it doesn't trigger theirs anymore.
Well, there
Okay.
you have it.
So maybe we don't need the voice filter, but when we're talking about it, we just need to be like,
Alexa.
Which is crazy because when I call her name, she doesn't hear anyway. So
Right. And then all of a sudden, when I'm not talking to her, she hears all of everything.
Anyways,
Anyway.
gotta move on. I'm sorry. This next message is from Bethany. She says, not me, but a guy in my class was doing a presentation on why Snapchat wasn't a sexting app, and he got sent a nude photo during the demonstration. Skull emoji.
oh my god.
So it is. So you're a hypocrite.
The only way you could come back from that is being like, oh, for research purposes.
Oh yeah.
If
For
it would
reasons-
work.
Yeah,
or something,
yeah.
Because
Be like, I guess the only way you could walk it back is when teachers are like, and in your fourth paragraph, address the counterpoints that could be used against you. Debunk them.
Right.
Him being like, and now to demonstrate.
I'm gonna open my Snapchat.
Yeah.
for my next trick.
For all the nudes.
Oh God, that is so like quite literally on why Snapchat isn't a.
But also, why was that the hill you were dying on? Why did you choose to say that?
A dumb boy. Sorry.
Me thinks someone's maybe feeling a little guilty.
Oh, you know what? This is so. I don't even know why I thought of this, but I'm like, okay, I know why he's writing this essay. His girlfriend's probably in the class, and he has Snapchat, and she's probably stressed that he's getting nudes or whatever, and he's like, to prove it, I'm gonna do a whole essay about it, and then get a nude. What an idiot.
God, I wish
I just made that up.
to be a fly on the wall to see the class's reaction.
I'm just thinking. Also, did he open up the nude like as it's presenting, and like did we just expose a student? Like, you know,
maybe he was in Snapchat.
Yeah, like trying to show like here's what
this
Snapchat
is what I do on Snapchat.
yeah.
This is how we communicate.
Right.
Type of.
Look, I'm like it said it just arrived or something, and
Yeah.
I think that's crazy. That is.
I really hope this is like a college class.
Oh
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, it said he received a photo during the thing. I'm like, sir, why would you randomly open that? He's like, Exhibit A, probably some lame selfie.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a penis. You're like, oh.
You're like, I mean, I hope the professor was like, well, A for effort.
That includes this presentation.
Yeah. The equations didn't add up, but good for you
Ricky.
for trying.
Thank you, Ricky. Go take a seat.
Yeah, literally. Okay, last one. This is from LJ. Once I was texting my best friend and flirty texting my husband at the same time. I accidentally texted my best friend something along the lines of, I love how it feels when you pull me in closer as we kiss, holding me tight like I just can't get enough.
If I get that text from you, I'm like, oh my God. She finally confessed her love.
I know. Literally. But you know what? At least it was like your best friend.
Yeah,
And you could be like, sorry, girl, that was not for you. I mean, obviously, like, love you,
But
but
for it to be like, I don't know, like sensual, like
I know.
it would almost be better if it was like, let's fuck.
yeah.
Honestly, like a nude.
Yeah, but you're like, I love it when you pull me close and kiss me, hold me tight.
So loved. I'd be like, no, frankly, I'd rather you see my boobs.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Yeah, yes.
Emotional intimacy.
Boobs. I'm choosing the boobs.
The friend responds like, maybe you should reword that, bitch.
Yeah.
This is giving too cringy. for me.
Yeah. So
Or
funny.
just send it back edited. You're like, here's what I would say.
Yeah.
Here's what
You're
I
like,
would.
you just like that. You're like, this is good, but I think it could be better.
Yeah, I would switch
Here are my
out this
edits.
for throbbing.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry.
No, not the throbbing. God.
They always use throbbing in the erotica.
I know. We just talked about
I don't
this.
like that word.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't think that it.
To me, throbbing is like painful.
Yeah.
Like if you twisted your ankle and you're like, oh my
it's
God, it's so
throbbing.
swollen.
Like a
it's
migraine.
throbbing.
No.
That,
You don't like that?
I mean, you just being like it's swollen and throbbing like doesn't really like that. I'm like, I know you're talking about your ankle,
it's for
but
some people. The word throbbing is for some and not for
I
I
think
mean,
it's 'cause
listen,
you're, like,
I don't like it. I'm just saying.
I think it sounds like you like it.
No, it was mixed with the swollen, like that, because like that's in books, right? People will write like my swollen, throbbing, like that's adjectives to describe that.
And I only like that. I don't like it at all. But I think it only makes sense for like a twisted ankle, not a
Or like a headache.
a headache.
Okay, throbbing headache. Okay,
Yeah.
totally.
In
My head is
Sierra's
throbbing.
erotica, there will
There will be
There's
no
no
throbbing.
throbbing.
Yeah,
There'll be no
yeah.
throbbing,
No
nothing.
throbbing,
Yeah.
nothing.
I think it's in the movie 10 Things I Hate About You. The guidance counselor is like writing erotica in her spare time. And
Okay.
she keeps going throbbing member, like throbbing. And then she's like, better word, quivering. And I hated it more.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Quivering.
Yeah, just type in throbbing and hit synonyms.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, throbbing synonyms. That's absolutely what that. Yes.
Yeah.
That was saving my life back when I was writing essays. I'm like, very synonym.
Wow, what a juicy episode, ladies.
Guys,
This was fun.
we absolutely have to do this one again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other kind
Because-
of drama can we ask them to send? Like, that was just their risky texts.
I know.
What drama do you guys want to send?
Yeah. Honestly, let us know what other things you want us to read. Because as you can tell, we'll read pretty much anything. And one day we'll be Sierra's erotica.
You know what? When we hit 50 million subscribers, you got it.
All we have to do is get to 50 million.
Yeah.
Or maybe to Paloma, all you have to do is get to 50.
50.
So we already got there.
Oh,
Good luck to Yay us.
I'm being cyberbullied.
We're right here. This is real bullying. This is bullying
After this, I'm
IRL.
gonna shove you in a locker.
Yeah.
Give you a wedgie.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I literally
God.
have tears.
God. Oh my God.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you. We appreciate you. Thanks to everyone who sent submissions. And we'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye.